Hello, and welcome back. Campaign? Had a campaign ongoing? No, I did not. Might have accidentally started one. Uh, anyways, welcome back. Northstar here with another Rebel Inc. Let's Play. This game is something of a bit of piece of propaganda for not specifically the U.S., but imperialist forces all around the world. There's a degree of demonizing insurgencies. Never mentioned in this game why the countries were invaded and why the people are rising up against foreign invaders. It's just, okay, you have to stabilize the region. And this idea that there was somehow nothing there before, there's very problematic elements in this game. But it's challenging and sometimes interesting nonetheless, which I suppose makes it an effective piece of propaganda. Uh, and playing this and talking a little about the flaws does on occasion give me the chance to, well, to draw attention to those flaws and maybe see people be a little more aware. Let's see. Pistachio Forest. Never beat This Is the Warlord. It's been a while since I tried him. If I remember correctly, he's particularly tough, though, to do that one on. Or it's not my favorite general, to say the least. Ah. Smuggler. This will work. Alright. So, doing another brutal map. Could lose, but keyword is could. You actually get a lot of hostile populations. I mean, a lot of hostility and brutal, and excuse me. It's a smuggler. You want to spend a lot of money to drive up corruption because it actually gives you more money, and economic development initiatives are a great way to increase corruption. So, hostile populations made those less effective. So, there's a synergy here between the doctor and the smuggler. Maybe there's some smuggling of weapons. All the dollars and disaster special advisors are overpowered and better. It's kind of ridiculous. The pay to win bullshit by the even tongue in cheek that's pay to win by the makers of this game. And then they kind of abandoned the game after that DLC, by the way. You notice there's really been nothing more. Now they're on to another game after. There's some serious problems with Endemic Studios, to say the least. You can lose a ton of reputation if stable zones get destabilized by insurgent attacks. You can't always keep insurgents from attacking such areas. Eventually, green zones will grow to that. So, well, if their low reputation doesn't reduce their money as much, definitely lose some reputation as a smuggler. Some of the few governor types where You might be running a low reputation for a substantial period of time. Smuggler has to win quickly because their reputation won't last forever. Yep, the arms dealer is seems obvious, but yeah, it is good with the smuggler because you can sell equipment from the national soldiers, make him weaker, and this somewhat counteracts that. Let's see. Reduce reputation loss. When insurgents capture zones, they'll capture a number of them on this map. Garrisons don't don't increase corruption as much, so they're less useful to the smuggler. For the tactician. I'll just do the tactician. All right. Not gonna be easy. Just not gonna. But I'll give this my shot. Best shot. Welcome to Southern Desert. The invasion is over. Notice it never talks about why the invasion occurred. I wrote a little bit this in the description of the first video in this Let's Play series, but this game was made in collaboration with, quote, counterinsurgency experts, according to the game devs. The thing is, who are counterinsurgency experts? They are literally U.S. military personnel or U.S. military advisors or members of intelligence services like the CIA and MI5 or 6, whatever. These are people who literally are behind empires, because the U.S. is an empire. The British is the British are really still an empire. The British Empire never really went away. It just shifted form and became secondary to the U.S. empire, but the British still dominate substantial parts of the Middle East and Africa. French even a little bit, West Africa. These are the people who are the, quote, counterinsurgency experts. And obviously, even if the devs are trying to be even-handed, some of their perspectives will seep into a game like this. They never, I guarantee they never sat down with, say, members of resistance fighters, which journalists have done. It's theoretically possible they could sit down with, like, members of anti-American militias somewhere and see their perspectives on counterinsurgency. Dangerous, perhaps, but that's part of the problem, is unequal access to different narratives, but and things that those groups say are generally banned. And they probably didn't sit down with historians or sociologists who are critical of imperialism and these invasions that lead to counterinsurgencies, which is something they could have done safely either. I bet the devs of this game never read a Michael Prenti book. They never sat down with a journalist who is anti-imperialism. Nope. They just sat down with military people, and so skewed perspectives. The local government is actually an operation to stabilize the region. More likely, the puppet government set up by the coalition here. That is, the, quote, legitimate government is the government that was put in place by the forces that just invaded and conquered a country. That's almost certainly what this actually means, so. Yeah. Deeply problematic stuff in this game, as I said. Alright. Services discussion. start with school regeneration because it's fast. Let's see, corruption is at 4%. What does it drive? It doesn't really raise it. Doesn't raise inflation either, so might as well do it. It's just more money. Smuggler gains extra money in turn for turning blind eye to corruption. Support levels become more vulnerable to corruption. So it's a trade-off. Gotta manage your corruption carefully. Let's do district representatives and outreach office. Quickly now. Still gotta worry about inflation, so you can bribe insurgents to temporarily increase the number of their fighters. Temporarily decrease corruption will temporary crackdown. Let's grab international assistance, which definitely increases corruption. Helps a little with funding, but also I could do unrestricted access because that gets craziness, but I can do the limit access. Or you could just do funding only. I'll just go right into infrastructure discussions here. How is it that dirt roads create more corruption than main roads or highways? Telecoms provide the most. And it's also good to invest in early. Well, there we go. Corruption's at 23% already. Because an enhanced effect on support, though, you don't want to do too much. You also need to wait for inflation to come down a little. Waiting for PR media office to drop to $12. Still 13. There we go. Starting to get wary of the corruption levels, so time for medical supplies. So it doesn't add too much. Alright, water supplies I delayed a little. Or you know what? Let's do urban outreach teams, actually. Try to space initiatives a little bit so that they have less effect on inflation. Water supplies. Chair is prepared to help. Alright, nah, I'll do limit access. It still adds a ton to corruption. In fact, we need an anti-corruption one at least soon. Wait for the cost of that to drop, but still 16. Inflation needs to get to 5%, I guess. There we go. It's not even to keep up with further increases, but budget $36 here, a little higher than normal. To Smuggler. All right. Coalition soldiers. Cut corners. Funding on the National Soldier Training Procedures. Actually going to do interpreters and guides right now. Be useful for the soldiers here. Gathering intel. Down this way, because I'll need to be able to defend this urban area. Something's building there, even though no intel. Weird. Alright. Need another anti-corruption. Alright, insurgents down here. Not gonna actually fight them there. Look at these guys so they can move out of these mounds. The insurgents attack east. Bunch need a bulwark in these mounds anyhow. By bulwark I mean garrison. Alright. Another level of anti-corruption. It's more cost effective in the long run than not necessarily. I was going to say that an effective procurement, but actually, maybe not. Should deal with this camp until we'll continue to develop there. Shoot. Destroy that camp, but I also need to deal with those insurgents. I need more coalition troops. Oh, bloody A. Now they're here. I'm gonna lose golf whiskey. I need a second unit of coalition soldiers. Which, in blatantly unrealistic fashion, do not contribute to corruption. They really should. Western troops got involved in all sorts of dirty stuff in Iraq and Afghanistan. Just as much as the local soldiers. Well, maybe a little less, but there was more internal oversight. But definitely weren't free of corruption, which is what the game implies in this patent propaganda nonsense. Alright. Send those guys there. Corruption 4. Necessary even just to keep up with the charity stuff. Aren't we? Driving more corruption. National soldiers. Just to contain this situation. Alright, cut corners that actually, oh no, thought it increased inflation. Looks like it did. I need some garrisons. $5 for one there. Alright, garrison will slowly capture that zone. Not stop it though. $12 for another unit of coalition troops. Unfortunately, we lose control of that zone. There's not what I can do about it. This was terrible spawn locations for insurgent camps. Bad RNG can really screw a game. There goes the garrison. National soldiers. Right saw opposed. I'm gonna have to be aggressive about it. Or this game is as good as over otherwise. One more look at the road levels. Road. That's what I thought. Main road's 1. So my troops can get around quicker. Also does increase combat strength a little. Weather belt. Yeah, I'm gonna need local militia in a second too. In fact, let's get started on it right away actually. Stand a 41% chance of this having sort of backlash, but still rolled the 41% odds. I'm lucky I can drive these guys west, but they'll probably go east, no my luck. And they're attacking there. Missed this garrison there. Have to deal with this pocket of insurgents and push them west. Formation stuff. Coalition soldiers. Since deployment's gonna be over and I can't afford to extend them. Oh boy, eh? Really? The airstrikes in a second. Pressure. Very lucky. Nope. It would cut support slightly. Did not happen. Shoot, I'm gonna have to do a short extension on this unit. Or they'll lose a fight, which will cost me a round. Exertion rate. I can't afford to lose coalition soldier strength, so I'm gonna have to increase pay. Yep. Alright. Push up there. Security checkpoints buy a little time. And national travel logistics too. We get there fast. Send those guys home. Can't afford to extend anyone else besides the unit I already did. TV network rating soaring. Cool. Current reinforcements. The garrison does more. Garrison. All right, time for strategic communications. Finally secured that area. Expand healthcare. Go tall in there is already partially developed. Can't talk with surgeons just yet. Let's threaten them. So whenever a zone stabilizes, they lose a little capability, so that helped. I need to train more national troops. Protest against new women's rights laws. Can reject concerns, roll back their forms, or engage the critics, which costs money but avoids negative outcomes. Need more securities, police recruitment, and lack of job protests. Losing a little bit of reputation to corruption. Corruption, that's probably good. It's going to be too high. It's already reducing my support 10%. It's only gonna get worse. For a rural outreach team, though. See the rural areas. Mostly actually already green zones. Except here. But it'll speed up deployment of stuff in those areas. So then they won't be selected for stuff in the future. For those things, because they'll already be built. Or the foreign rival nonsense. I mean, that's based in things that actually have occurred, so not saying it's made up or biased that they include that. So this guy's home. More just that it's annoying. Nonsense in the sense of just annoying, irritating. Hold on a sec. Alright. It's just coordinating something with related to the Age of Wonders 3 Let's Play series. I do videos for that multiplayer series. So, yeah. It's time for promising a democratic transition. I want to actually have the elections before I do peace talks. Is the idea. It'll buy me a little more reputation leeway. Plan elections, gain the reputation now because it does contribute to funding. These guys, because they're stronger. Move these guys to green zone. Stop knowing the locals there. People do not like coalition soldiers, and for good freaking reason. Alright, temporary crackdown. Did that just reduce inflation instead of corruption? May have been mislabeled. There's some real lazy things in the way this game is made. Anyways, civil assistance. Send the coalition soldiers to briefly help with that. They remain in place for long, though. It'll cause issues. Remote outreach. Get stuff rolled out in those remote areas, which really need to be stabilized. Alright. Coalition soldiers have been there long enough. See if I can't start eating into this red zone to slow my reputation loss. New park proposed. What? No. It's too expensive. Alright. Do need a local police expansion, so insurgents can't take over these areas. Train system. Intel quickly in these areas. pull out before this area is attacked. Didn't actually make this area no longer hostile, so this shouldn't cost me a rep. Because these guys need to withdraw. Alright. National arms upgrade. The national soldiers to be stronger. Go home. I don't like you here. I hate you, and for good reason, since, you know, you're in their country. Sort of pressure on the rival. Decrease insurgent capability. Awesome. I need stuff on those peace talks already. Oh, garrison. These guys need to pull out. These guys move in. Send them home. Keep them around in case this area got attacked. Doesn't look like it's happening though. Just hit some civilians, unfortunately, with that airstrike. Oh, bloody A. Another insurgent camp over there. Insurgents might not talk. Curses. Have to worry about is insurgents pushing this urban area. Yeah, they're not gonna talk, fortunately. This will do the elections now. Without a hitch, and thankfully. I want this to be over quickly, so I'll try peace talks. Shoot, that cost me a 4 reputation. And they refuse to talk. Shoot. Cover up on the airstrike. Smuggler is corrupt after all. Makes some sense he would do that. More national soldiers. This is going poorly, and I'm running out of time. I need to do other stuff, so. Here to support this. Tried for quick victory. The peace talks and it failed. It's worth the chance of it succeeding, I suppose. Anti-AD vehicle upgrades. Destabilize this zone. That they can retreat into a green zone is patent nonsense, if you ask me. More frequent airstrikes. need talks, and they refused again. This time it'll cost me 1 rep, but still. And they fell here. Now they're cornered. Cool. And still move way faster than coalition, so just move faster than national. Alright. Universal justice because it increases support and reputation. Smuggler promising not to do corrupt things again. Probably can't be trusted, but civil integration on the soldiers. Let's do an urban outreach team. Oh, stuff faster in the urban areas. It's cheap to do that. Alright, finally, start peace talks. Drones. This process a little faster. Provide targets for airstrikes too. Combat sensors. So drones can also help in fights. Try starting with a hard line. Will slow negotiations. So the leaders go to prison. Fortunately, that did not go well. So, most time I haven't even done development initiatives. May help a tiny bit with support. Some land rights. Making it harder for areas to be captured if there's a surprise attack. Salt pressure on the rival. Garrison. Improve security. Rapid drone rotation. So the bonuses more frequently. Support garrison. Improve the roads further. And combat bonuses, so forth. Hardline insurgents may apologize since the fighting is currently going well. Prison reform is considered full reform. Reputation. Costs money. International forces remain indefinitely. Time for a corruption purge. So lose less reputation than corruption now. And troops to help keep that area stable. Precision munitions. Last thing I need now is drone airstriking civilians. And rapid air rotation too. Insurgent parties banned. Quote, insurgent parties. It's not an insurgent party really if they're taking part in the electoral process. Let's do heavy ordnance. I did get precision munitions, so. And elections are happening again. Fuel endurance in those drones. So you can provide their bonuses longer. Critical fight. Insurgents hand their weapons. Elections slightly till the sun is no longer red. How's that quick on that? Whatever. Fall elections now. Getting some reputation. Hit civilians, not worth the risk of cover being exposed. Send these troops home. I need a reputation hit. Settle pressure on the rival. Corruption further. So reputation is good. So a lot of insurgents in that corner. 21, so. And slightly more in the way of concessions. Especially while there's still this camp. There's only 19 active fighters. Alright. Corruption scandal for judge. It's not gonna be good. Very likely I'll reduce my reputation, so insurgents reduce the numbers. Very slightly. Need that peace deal now. I'll take the rest the judge. I did lose some rep, but only 10 active fighters in the corner there. Cool. Be the peace deal. Plenty of reputation to spare. Victory is mine. It's not worth, I think. Victory. Some score. Not very high. But beat that. So I hope you folks enjoyed this. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. May always find a guiding star to lead you home. Till next time, this is Northstar. I do. Best luck.